Somebody wanted me to make a video about animals, and seeing as I had some thoughts on it already, here we go. Yo. I'm at my favorite cemetery. It's quite big, so I would have to make a long tour video to show you everything, but at least you can see something right now. Animals are just like any other living things. So what's going on nowadays with dogs, for example, with the leashes or the mouth guards or whatever they're called, it's a way of slavery, except that many people don't see it that way because it's animals. Oh, okay. And others do more or less, maybe subconsciously, but it's a way of feeling this emptiness and abuse from childhood, and by expressing their power over another living thing. That's what's going on here a lot. I can sense it. I've study this behavior, same as it is with so-called authority figures putting on their uniform and trying to gain this power over somebody else. It's an illusionary thing, but it feeds them in some way. So that's why I don't want to be part of this thing, because people are told to use these things or put other animals in cages or some kind of way of control. Fish in these boxes, and I used to be together with this rat. I'm not going to say I had a rat, because there's no way of having an animal, and it's a way of saying as if you own it, which is not possible. And it was in a cage too. That was about 10 years ago, so that was the last one. And I grew up with a dog, and we had some very fun times together, and I can't remember my grandmother ever putting him on a leash or anything. And the thing is that this guy messaged me and asked me how to make his dog loyal and good. Loyal is another authority word. It's another way of slavery, more or less, and good. I'm not going to talk about that for the 100th time. The thing is that dogs nowadays are part of breeding a special kind. They are deformed and brainwashed. The way they behave and even look like, as some say, is different than it would be in nature. And it's not only dogs, but that's just another part where this whole thing is not something I want to be part of. Not here, at least. Being together with other living things in general, sure. I've been having a lot of realizations lately. Sometimes believe that it comes from sun gazing, because many people actually say that there's a connection, it gives you information or understanding of the world. As I said too, that it's possible. But I've had them before I started sun gazing too. It's just that it's becoming more frequent, especially now in the last months and weeks. One thing I thought about is the word supernatural. Supernatural usually refers to things that are natural, so part of the program, but don't occur so often. And what is the joke part of it all is how people misuse it nowadays. When they refer to man-made symbols, or, for example, what I thought about is that thing that some hold in the hand. Some say it's the pagan symbol of the sun worshipping, with circle at the top, if you're able to see something. It's basically like a cross, except that there's the circle in the middle. So many actually believe that when you say certain words and do something with this man-made symbol, that it has something to do with supernatural things. Let me just point this out in case there's somebody actually who has been fooled and believes this. Same as I said about spitting on graves or such. The only meaning this has is the man-made meaning. So the only thing you're going to achieve is man-made things, the reactions from other humans, and that would be only if they are taught this. What I'm trying to say is that you can make up any kind of simple draw this leaf or something, and the only way it's going to work is if you're actually going to make people believe that it has some meaning, because other than that it will have none. That's why it's not called SuperUnnatural. It's called supernatural because it's part of nature, and none of these man-made things are part of it. So doing some kind of rituals with this are all in your head. All of these tribes that have been taught these things, they do this for no reason. They achieve nothing, because nature does not respond to it. If there would be two colors and nature would be red and unnatural things would be blue, the red simply won't respond to the blue things because it doesn't recognize it. So it really doesn't matter anything you say in language, any kind of man-made symbols that you do. This is tied to this whole part of people playing the game, but not in a natural way, simply gathering this experience. So no magic rituals are going to work like that. That's such a joke. People actually take it serious. These staffs and such.